This handgun right here is over 107 years old, and I'll tell you what, it shoots better than most modern pistols straight out of the factory. Today, we're looking at 7 handguns that don't just last a lifetime, they last multiple lifetimes. These are guns that actually get better with age. Guns that your great-grandchildren are going to be fighting over. And number 1, well, it's been in continuous production for over a century. It survived 2 world wars, and old-school gunsmiths will tell you it's the only handgun you'll ever really need. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now and tap the notification bell, because these 7 handguns are going to outlive all of us. Let's begin. Number 7. The Ruger GP100. When Ruger introduced the GP100 back in 1985, they weren't trying to reinvent the wheel gun. They set out to perfect it. This isn't just another .357 Magnum revolver. This is the revolver that took everything shooters had ever complained about and fixed it, permanently. This thing is built like a bank vault. It's engineered with a triple locking cylinder design, which makes it incredibly robust. It came standard with those cushioned rubber grips and a transfer bar safety system. The GP100 will handle full power, .357 Magnum loads all day long without a single complaint. But here's the genius part. It also shoots .38 Special with the exact same reliability. That gives you versatility that just never quits. The full underlug barrel adds weight up front, which really tames muzzle flip. The frame is completely overbuilt. You are not going to stretch this frame. And that action? After 50,000 rounds, it's just getting broken in. It's still smooth as glass. Gunsmiths will tell you, the GP100 is the revolver they recommend when someone asks what will last forever. Let's talk pricing. The standard 4-inch GP100 runs from $700 to $850 new. The match champion models with fiber optic sights will fetch $900 to $1,100. Used examples in excellent condition average $550 to $700, and they are worth every single penny. This is the revolver that simply refuses to wear out. It was built for a lifetime of full power loads. Number 6. The Sig Sauer P226. When the U.S. military was testing handguns back in the 1980s for what became the M9 trials, one pistol actually outperformed the Beretta 92 in every measurable category. That was the Sig P226. It only lost the contract on price. The Navy SEALs didn't care about the price tag. They chose the P226 anyway and carried it for decades. This is not a stamped, budget-friendly design. Every P226 starts as a solid block of steel and is then machined down. The slide rails are milled, not stamped. The frame inserts are stainless steel. The barrel is cold hammer forged with that legendary German precision. This is what happens when Swiss-German engineering meets American duty requirements. The decocking system is brilliant. It's a safe way to drop the hammer, and it doesn't have any magazine disconnects that can fail on you. The double-action first shot adds a layer of safety without compromising your speed. And that proprietary nitron finish, it doesn't just wear off. It's harder than chrome and more corrosion-resistant than just about anything else on the market. After 100,000 rounds, a P226 is just getting broken in. Police agencies report these guns still in service after 30 years. That reputation earned it contracts with everyone from the Secret Service to elite military units worldwide. For pricing, a standard edition runs $900 to $1,100 new. The Legion series, with the upgraded triggers, will fetch $1,200 to $1,400. Those early German-made examples, they command $1,500 to $2,000. Used examples in good condition average $700 to $900. This is the handgun that was too good for the military contract, but perfect for serious shooters. Number 5. The Glock 19. In 1988, Glock scaled down their revolutionary Model 17, and they created what would become the most popular handgun in modern history. The Glock 19 isn't the oldest gun on this list. It's not the most refined, but it might just be the most indestructible. Here's what makes a Glock last forever. Simplicity. We're talking just 34 parts. Total. There are no external safeties to break, no hammers to wear out, no complicated DA/SA systems. You point, you press, it goes bang. And that Tennifer finish on the slide, it's harder than chrome plating and more durable than anything else in this price range. The polymer frame flexes slightly with each shot, absorbing stress that would eventually crack a metal frame. The steel rails inside are replaceable if you could ever actually wear them out, which most people can't. And that cold hammer-forged barrel delivers accuracy that doesn't degrade over time. Glocks have been frozen in ice, buried in mud, fired after being run over by trucks, and they still work. Military and police agencies report these guns with 200,000-plus rounds still in service. No handgun in history has proven more reliable under more conditions. Pricing. The Gen 5 Glock 19 runs $550 to $650. The MOS models, with the optics cuts, will fetch $650 to $750. And you can find earlier Gen 3 used examples all day long for $400 to $500, and they shoot just as reliably. This is the handgun that redefined what reliable even means. It is built to outlast everything. Number 4. The Beretta 92. Since 1975, Beretta's 92 series has proven that elegance and durability are not mutually exclusive. When the U.S. military adopted it as the M9 in 1985, they didn't choose it just because Beretta was the lowest bidder. They chose it because after torture testing that destroyed competitors, the 92 kept working. The open-top slide design isn't just distinctive, it's functional. Dirt and debris have a way of falling out instead of getting jammed in. The locking block system is brilliant. The barrel locks into the slide, not the frame, and this distributes stress across the entire assembly. And that chrome-lined barrel, it doesn't wear. Period. The double-action, single-action trigger system adds versatility. Your first shot is a deliberate double-action heavy pull. Your follow-ups are crisp single-action. The frame-mounted safety on most models allows for cocked and locked carry, or acts as a safe decocker. And that reversible magazine release ambi shooters have always loved it. After 50 years in continuous military service, the 92 has proven itself in every environment, from desert sand to jungle mud. Italian police report these guns still serving after 40-plus years, and unlike polymer, these aluminum-framed 92s don't get brittle with age. For pricing, the standard 92 FS runs from $650 to $800 new. The M9A3 tactical models will fetch $900 to $1,100, and those early Italian-made examples in excellent condition, they command $1,000 to $1,500. This is the handgun that proved open-top slides work. 50 years of military service that speaks volumes. Number 3. The CZ75. In 1975, from behind the Iron Curtain, Czechoslovakian engineers created what many experts still consider the finest combat pistol ever designed. The CZ75 took the best ideas from Browning's high power, improved on them, and created a pistol so good it's been copied more than any other modern handgun. Here is the genius. The slide rides inside the frame rails, not outside. This lowers the bore axis dramatically, which cuts way down on muzzle flip. The all-steel construction means it weighs about 35 ounces fully loaded. It just soaks up recoil like a sponge. And those hand-fitted tolerances, they don't loosen with use. They get smoother. The CZ's internal frame rails are massive, far stronger than external rails. The firing pin block is passive. It doesn't interfere with the trigger pull. And that DASA system, the first pull, is a manageable 10 pounds. The single action breaks crisp at 4.5 pounds. Perfection. Competition shooters discovered the CZ75 first, and then Special Forces units worldwide. Czech police report these guns with 60-plus years in service. And that accuracy 2-inch groups at 25 yards aren't luck. They're standard. For pricing, a standard CZ75B runs $600 to $750. The Shadow 2 competition models, those fetch $1,200 to $1,400. And the pre-B vintage examples, with that glossy finish, command $800 to $1,200. This is the handgun the Czechs got right the first time. 50 years later, it's still unmatched. Number 2. The Browning High Power. This was John Moses Browning's final pistol design. It was completed after he died in 1926 and perfected by Dieudonné Saive. It became the most widely issued military handgun in history, right outside the 1911. From 1935 until, literally, 2024, when it was finally retired by some forces, the high power served on every continent, in every environment, through every conflict. It gave you 13 rounds when competitors held 7. It had a thumb safety that actually works. That legendary Belgian fit and finish made every other military pistol look unfinished. The cam lock system Browning designed is brilliant. It's simpler than the 1911 and more reliable than anything that came before it. The hammer design allows for cocked and locked carry or a hammer-down safety. And those Belgian proof marks, that's a guarantee of quality that modern manufacturing just can't match. The British SAS carried them for 50 years. The Canadian military used them for 60 plus. Collectors fight over original Belgian-made examples because they know the pre-1970s high powers were built differently. They were built better, with standards that accountants eventually killed. For pricing Belgian-made, pre-1970 examples run $800 to $1,200. The Mk3 models fetch $1,000 to $1,500. Tangent sight variations will command $1,500 to $2,500. And the World War II era examples, those can reach $2,000 to $4,000 or more. This is the handgun that armed free nations for 90 years. It was Browning's last and finest design. Number 1 isn't just a handgun, it is the handgun. It won 2 world wars. It served in every American conflict for 75 years. And when soldiers were offered replacements, they refused. If your collection doesn't have one, you don't have a collection. You just have guns. Here it is. Number 1. The Colt 1911. On March 29, 1911, the U.S. Army officially adopted John Moses Browning's self-loading pistol. They called it the Model 1911. Over a century later, it is still the most copied, most loved, and most trusted handgun ever created. This pistol stopped Moro warriors in the Philippines. It fought across European trenches. It island-hopped the Pacific. It served in Korea, Vietnam, and in modern special operations. No other handgun in history has seen more combat, survived more battles, or saved more lives. But here's what makes those pre-1970s Colts the ultimate lifetime handgun: craftsmanship. Frames were forged from solid steel billets. Slides were hand-fitted to frames, each one, individually. Barrels were broached and hand-lapped. And that trigger, 4 pounds, crisp as frost, right from the Colt factory. The single-action trigger is perfect. Short travel, clean break, minimal over-travel. The grip safety is passive. You grab the gun right, it works. You don't, it doesn't. And that tilting barrel lockup system Browning designed, it's been copied by virtually every modern pistol, because nothing works better. The 45 ACP cartridge delivers stopping power that 9mm dreams about. The 1911's ergonomics fit the human hand like they were designed by evolution, not engineers. And that accuracy, the 1911 dominated bullseye competition for 70 years because nothing else could match it. Why is it number 1? The complete story. This isn't just about age or service record. The 1911 is number 1 because of something unique: the gunsmithing culture. No other handgun has entire industries built around perfecting, customizing, and maintaining it. Master gunsmiths have spent lifetimes studying the 1911. Every dimension has been optimized. Every function has been refined. Modern custom 1911s from builders like Wilson Combat, Les Baer, and Ed Brown. They aren't just refinements, they are art. We're talking 5-figure pistols that shoot 1-inch groups at 50 yards. But here's the magic. Even a bone stock 1911 from 1918 will still shoot accurately, run reliably, and serve faithfully. Pre-Series 70 Colts, manufactured before 1970, represent the peak of production, 1911 craftsmanship. Springfield Armory military contracts from World War II are cherished. And those rare pre-World War I commercial Colts, they are museum pieces that still shoot like new. This is the handgun grandfathers carried in combat, then brought home and passed down. This pistol has been continuously manufactured for 114 years. It's the design that's never been improved upon, only refined. Collectors pursue specific eras: World War II, 1911 A1s with original parkerizing and military stamps, early Colt commercial models with a blued finish so deep you could fall into it, and those national match models built to standards that made gunsmiths weep. Pricing: a USGI World War II, 1911. A1 in good condition runs $1,500 to $3,000. Pre-Series 70, Colt commercial models fetch $1,800 to $3,500. Commercial pre-World War II examples command $3,000 to $8,000. National match models reach $4,000 to $10,000. And rare pre-1920, Colts can exceed $8,000 to $25,000 at specialized auctions. The ultimate truth. You can build a collection without a 1911, but you'll never have a complete collection. This isn't just the handgun that served the longest or won the most battles. This is the handgun that defined what a combat pistol should be. Every modern pistol exists in its shadow. A 1911 that's been shot for 50 years doesn't wear out. It wears in. The action gets smoother. The trigger gets crisper. The gun becomes an extension of your hand. And when you pass it to your children, it'll be ready for another 50 years. This is the handgun that won the world wars. This is American engineering and craftsmanship made of steel. This is history you can hold and shoot. 7 handguns. From the Ruger that refuses to quit, to the Colt that defined a century. These are not disposable firearms. These are pistols you pass down through generations. A lifetime handgun isn't measured by round count. It's measured by decades of reliable service. Which of these do you carry? Which are you saving for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell for more deep dives into firearms built to last. Buy once, shoot forever. These 7 are built for it.